welcome to sort of a classic ASMR video. Back when I was making ASMR videos, like almost 10 years ago now, with the camera on my desk, on my table, and stuff like that, with all that mess on my desk, cables and stuff, just so I could record because I didn't have space. Anyway, I came here to just talk to you and vent and just generally catch up with you because I know I haven't been uploading videos on my English channel. In like 2 weeks I haven't uploaded a video. But overall, like generally, I kind of lost it. I've been going through like a lot of health stuff and mental health stuff that go with it. So, I don't know if you know this, but in case you don't, I want to tell you that at the end of last year, I was kind of struggling with coughing and throat clearing and stuff like that. It was really bad. I've had such a bad cough that I could barely like talk or anything like that. And I started Googling stuff, trying to get at the bottom of it, and I realized that what I'm dealing with might be called acid reflux, or GERD, or LPR, which is what I have. I decided to go to the ENT doctor. She looked into my throat. Funny because I've been to an ENT doctor before. I saw her, and the guy told me that my throat is clear, and the globus that I'm feeling in my throat is just from stress. And he took a lot of money for a 10-minute visit. But it wasn't it. I knew there is something else that I'm dealing with, so I decided to visit a different ENT doctor, and that woman had a proper equipment. She looked into my throat, into my vocal cords, and she told me that I have acid reflux, and like my life just shattered. I know it's not like a death sentence, at least I hope so. I know it's like one of the most common illnesses that people have when it comes to the eating part of your body, like upper GI stuff and stuff like that. I think it's like one of the most common. I googled it, and it was like 10 to 25% of population in the United States alone, I think, are dealing with acid reflux. So it's one of the most common illnesses. But before being diagnosed, I have read a lot about, GERD, LPR, just acid reflux in general, what you can and cannot eat. And I know that to me, when she said that I have acid reflux, it was over. Because the diet that you have to have is just basically bland. It's ew, it's nothing. You cannot eat anything good. You have to have a strict diet. You can't lay down after eating. You can't eat 2 to 3 hours before going to sleep. You have to sleep on your left side and on a wedged pillow. You shouldn't be wearing tight clothes. You cannot drink soda. You cannot drink coffee. You cannot eat chocolate. Your meals cannot be too hot. They cannot be too cold. You cannot eat too much, because then you're stretching the stomach and the gases, cause reflux, yada yada yada. It's basically just exist and hope that I don't even know what you're gonna hope for having that shit. And I've been on PPI medicine. I watch what I eat, but I don't really keep a strict diet, and that causes me overall that this whole disease is causing me, spiral thoughts. I'm just constantly thinking about that my like esophagus and throat might be constantly burning. Like, I don't feel the burn, but I'm like might be constantly burning and destroying everything, and I'm gonna get cancer maybe, and I'm gonna get ulcers, and just I'm gonna get a whole bunch of pretty bad nasty things because of that. So my mind has been recently spiraling for the past 2 months. I think it's been in a spiral, and I just cannot get myself up from this ditch. That's why I haven't been really recording videos, not only here but also on my Polish channel. It's been so tough, knowing that you, for the rest of your life, you're gonna be dealing with this shit, and it's just so hard on me. And I've been reading a lot of stuff about how you shouldn't be taking PPIs forever. It's only temporarily stuff, because if you do, it's gonna cause more problems and stuff like that. Looking back at all of that, I should have known that it's coming. My mom has had acid reflux for more than 20 years, and she takes PPIs daily, because if she don't, it even hurts to swallow for her, like she told me. But she's been taking PPI medicine, and she's been eating everything. She doesn't she doesn't put that much of weight into all that. But me, I'm just overthinking constantly. I'm spiraling. I'm imagining myself dying from it and having cancer from it. I'm like imagining that, I won't be alive in the next 5 years because of it. I'm just catastrophizing my thoughts, and I have health anxiety. And if you followed this channel for a very long time, you know that I'm dealing with like health anxiety. So having this shit on my mind, I'm just like, I cannot accept it. I cannot accept the fact that for the rest of my life I need to be watching what I eat, and I cannot enjoy things that I've enjoyed in the past, like simple coffee in the morning, or just like Coke, or whatever, even like a juice. I was at a party, not a party, more like a gathering, like a week ago on Friday, and I drank apple juice, and I ate some food, but I think the main thing that caused my problems is apple juice, because my throat started to, like, it was on fire, and I felt like a little lump here, and it was so tough, and it took me like 3 days for it to just calm down. I was so devastated, so I started taking the PPI medicine again. But I do drink coffee from time to time, not on an empty stomach, but I just do enjoy coffee, so from time to time I'll just drink one. But when I do, I'm constantly thinking that I'm destroying my body. I'm gonna get cancer maybe from this and other nasty stuff. Like, I had a dinner today. I had like fried potatoes in an air fryer, and also like a chicken with some seasoning, like chicken seasoning. It had like onion powder or paprika or stuff like that. Basically everything that I cannot. But I ate it because I wanted it. So I ate it, and I drank coffee. And later, like, I can feel a little bit of, like, I want to cough, but not really. And I also felt a little bit tightness in my throat, but it's going away. So it's not like serious. But still, it's constantly in the back of my mind. And I'm thinking that I'm gonna die because of that. There's no way that I can be on a bland diet for the rest of my life. And I went on Reddit. There's a lot of people, sharing stories how they're miserable, they're on a bland diet, they lost weight, they still have symptoms, and, they don't take PPI PPIs because it's giving you side effects. Which is, to me, it's kind of a weird that they on a bland diet, they still feel symptoms, yet, they refuse to take the medicine for it. I know it's not like, a cure or whatever, but it's to help, But anyway, I've been reading those stories and how people are saying that you have to be strict on this diet, and my uncle had it and he got cancer from it. My friend has it and she got some nasty stuff from the acid reflux. And I'm wondering, the talks I've had with ChatGPT, you have no idea. And I'm wondering, maybe it's just because the people who are suffering are sharing those stories on Reddit. That's why, millions of people who live with it, they just take medicine for it, and they don't come on the Reddit to catastrophize things. That's what ChatGPT says, but ChatGPT also says that it's, millions of people are living with this condition, normal life, stuff like that. To me, feeling, having that chronic illness, and I lost weight. I haven't been to the gym in forever because you apparently should be watching how you work out. That disease affects basically any aspect of your life that you can think of. It affects it. And I feel like my prime is over. I'm never gonna grow muscles again. I cannot basically work out, maybe, I don't know. But if I do, I'm gonna be scared that I'm destroying my body because of it. And I still have to go get an endoscopy to actually see what's inside, but I'm scared of that. I'm seeing a GI doctor in a month. I just don't know what to do. I wanted to come here and vent a little bit. I'm really devastated, actually. What do you mean I won't be able to enjoy the food that I like? That I won't be able to go to a restaurant and enjoy food there? What do you mean? I don't know, a part of me wants to heal, but I know there's no cure for this, so you're gonna be affected for the rest of your life. And the other part of me wants to just say fuck it, take the medicine, obviously, have a balanced, healthy diet, but also enjoy everything, like occasional beer or a soda or stuff like that, coffee. And I'm really leaning towards that second option because I have this life, and to just accept the fact that I won't be able to enjoy it, that's just, I've always wanted to look good and have muscles and stuff like that. So when I'm thinking that I already lost weight and I won't be able to gain a proper weight, muscles on that shit diet, it's just puts me in a ditch that I can't get out of. So anyway, that's been my reason for this absence, and I feel that's what I do. I constantly come up with excuses as to why I'm not recording, uploading, stuff like that. But this shit took a mental toll. Is that even how you say it? It took a toll on my mental health. That's what I wanted to say. And it's been horrible inside here. It's been horrible. I'm fighting, I'm trying, but when I feel there's something in my throat or whatever, I just start catastrophizing that I'm destroying my body from the inside. And I don't know, I've checked life expectancy with acid reflux. It's actually pretty high. It's not I've checked all the data regarding Barrett's esophagus and esophageal cancer. I've checked all that. It's when you have acid reflux, the risk is higher, but at the same time, it's not really high. Like there's a bigger chance that you're gonna get hit by a car or die of anything lung disease, or I don't know, whatever else. But when you read about all these stories of people having those diseases from the acid reflux, you start thinking about how common it is. And still there's like 0.1 to 0.3% chance of getting esophageal cancer if you have a Barrett's esophagus. Every year you get these chances, and it's pretty fucking low, I know, but what if I'm in those, 0.1 to 0.3%? I think it's overall, I think that the reason I'm so upset is because I just cannot accept the thing that I'm actually ill. I've always thought that I'm gonna be healthy, completely healthy. And when you're hit with the news like that, and I know people have it worse, this is not about it, but when you're hit with news like this, it is kind of devastating. I don't know. Anyway, that's just my reason for me not being here lately. So I'm very sorry about that. I'm trying. I'm gonna try, and I'm trying every day. Believe me. Anything I do, anything I wanna do, I'm thinking if it's worth it, because I might actually die in a few years. That's my brain. These are my thoughts every day. And it's not like I took my health for granted. I was always grateful to be healthy. I'm still healthy, I'm really catastrophizing here, but that's how my mind works. But I know that I'm still healthy, relatively healthy. I needed to talk to someone about this. I needed you to listen. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful night. Good night. Sweet dreams, and I really hope to make more videos. So, hopefully I'll see you soon here, okay? Alright, take care now. Bye bye.